everyone, and welcome to Hodl TV, our YouTube channel discussing latest technologies, innovations, blockchain, and the exciting world of crypto. My name is Nina Cerar, and together with my guests, we will share with you firsthand objective information regarding projects that are either happening right next door or across the world from your own home. We often ask ourselves, who stands behind a certain project? Is it legitimate? How is blockchain relevant? With Hodl TV, we will meet real people creating real and innovative projects. I'm sure potential investors as well as crypto fans will find our information useful and relevant. In the end, you paint your own picture. Today we're visiting one of the Slovenian companies called the Fourth Pillar. Their team is currently implementing their ICO. And today with us we have a guest, Dusan Lazar, one of the co-founders and chief operating officer of the company. But first, let's check out a clip from Fourth Pillar.
John has a paper production company headquartered in Germany. His company has small factories in different countries around the world. Every month, John wants to send a reward to his employees, to everyone at the same time. But payments to other countries, especially outside Europe, are expensive and can take a lot of time, even up to a few days. Then, John started using the Fourth Pillar platform. Instead of standard money transfers, he now makes transactions using 4-token. That saves him more than 80% of transaction cost. And it gets even better. The more transactions he makes, the more money he saves. The Fourth Pillar platform gave John a quick and cost-effective solution in the field of financial transfer.
We have seen now the clip. Let's talk to our first guest, Dusan Lazar. Dusan, welcome to Hodl TV. We just saw a clip on document distribution from the Fourth Pillar. Can you please comment on it?
Yes, we made this clip so that people can easily understand why we're making the platform. So one of the reasons for this platform is to have a simple but very safe document distribution process. In HR, there's many documents that have to be delivered to employees in regard to their wages, their contracts, their bonuses. So this platform, among other things, will ensure quick, smooth, and safe cross-border even document distribution.
How long have you been involved in the HR industry, and what are your accomplishments in that field?
Yes, I've been in HR now for more than 10 years. I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I joined the Naton team about 10 years ago. The company at that time was a medium or small size HR company in Slovenia with about 300 employees, leased workers. So we are now at the number of about 1,500. We have offices in Zagreb, Belgrade. We joined forces with Work Service, which is one of the biggest HR companies in Eastern Europe, and we're still growing.
How was Naton situated before your arrival, and where is Naton now?
Yes, before my arrival, Naton was, let's say, a small company with 2 or 3 people in the office, working hard, working good in Slovenia for the past 5 or 6 years. But with my arrival and a few other team members, we increased Naton to the level of an international company. That's why we attracted Work Service, who wanted to join our team, and they are now 51% owners of our company.
And how do you see the HR agency's role with an adopted platform such as Fourth Pillar?
Yeah, HR agencies already now have a big problem selecting the best possible employees, because most employees really give you a CV. They have some LinkedIn profiles, they do have some reference letters, but this doesn't really help you much. This could be real, this could not be real, but through the Fourth Pillar platform, the worker will have their own personal identity. They will have a score, how good they were in the past jobs, a real score. So whether this is a grade A or grade B, this will be known through his years of work, and our platform will do this for the HR agency as well.
What would you say are the main benefits of employees with respect to the fourth pillar platform?
Yeah, the employees, most employees in all companies, at least as what we see, are very good employees. Basically, you have in a normal company about 90 to 95% employees which are very good, 5 to 10 employees which are not so good. And up to now, many things were done for the bad employees, not seeing them so much. But this platform will really bring out the good employees, the best employees. So through their personal identity, the best employees will have even a better chance of showing the world, showing their future employers how good they were and what they do and everything.
How do you intend to persuade companies, future employers, to adopt your platform?
Thank you. It's a very good question because this is basically our main role for the future. So, of course, many companies already now have certain platforms, certain programs for HR like SAP, some using LinkedIn, some use their own programs. Our platform is really a hub. It actually does 3 things for the company. So one is, as we said before, lets them distribute documents safely, cross-border. It lets them do payments very safely, also cross-border. And it lets them keep score of their employees. So basically every company that I know, every company in HR or anywhere else, needs all these 3 processes to be done quickly, safely, and extremely uncostly, which our fourth pillar platform will do.
But who would you say is your competition?
Well, as we said before, we are a hub of 3 different functions for an HR industry and for any company as well. So we really don't have any serious competition. We have competitors who do one of these 3 things. They do it well. But we are the only company who does all 3 of these platforms tasks at the same time, which is document distribution, which is cross-border payments, and which is workers analysis through this workers' digital identity.
You mentioned cross-border payments, and these payments will utilize the 4 token.
Yes.
Correct. What would you say will happen to the 4 token when the adoption grows?
Yes, the 4 token will basically at the beginning be a means to use through our platform. Basically, this is the token that will be used for the employees to get bonuses for the beginning. At the same time, also the organizations and companies who will use the platform will need these tokens to use the platform. So the token itself will always have a value and will always have a nice potential for growth, because you will need the token to use the platform, plus the employees who will receive this token as a bonus will want it to grow. So it will be, let's say, again, a hub of different interests who will all support the token's value and the token's growth.
Do you see any challenges in the token adoption process?
Of course, this is a new thing for us as well. We are, let's say, now in the crypto world for the past 2 years, but again, most of our knowledge, most of our work was in HR. So combining these 2, of course, is a challenge. But I think we've solved most of the problems. We have the beta version of our platform working already. So everything we set out to do, we have mostly already done, at least on the basic level. So now it's basically up to our IT guys to make this a reality, and for us, let's say the HR and the sales team, to represent this to the world, that this really is truly a very good project.
What would you say are your future plans or timeline for the fourth pillar platform?
Yes, our timeline is very nicely set also in our white paper. Basically, this year already we will have a fully working platform. The beta is already done. So by the end of the year, we will have our platform working fully for document distribution and for token transfers. This will be done by September, October. Next year, by the end of next year, the platform will already be fully functional. We will start selling it worldwide to companies. We already have about 20 medium to big size companies who will be early adopters, who will start using it already by the end of the year, and they will also help us make this platform truly capable of doing all the needs that the companies have.
What makes you positive that you can accomplish what you set yourself to do?
Yeah, well, that's very easy. We have truly a very good team. We are a team of specialists. More than 20 of us are from HR. We've been in HR for more than 20 years, some even for 30 years. So the HR process of the platform is truly done to the smallest question. And we also now have more than 20 people working in IT, working in sales, working in marketing, in PR. So I'm sure that we will do everything we planned out to do even earlier than we have in our timeline.
Great. And finally, can you try to describe the fourth pillar in one sentence?
Yes, the fourth pillar is a hub platform that will help every company in regard to HR, in regard to document distribution, and in regard to token transfer.
With us today, we have Tali Rejun, one of the co-founders and the CEO of Fourth Pillar. Tali, welcome to Hodl TV. Thank you for having us here.
Thank you for having me.
Tali, your previous experience was with Naton HR Slovenia. What were your accomplishments and what were your responsibilities?
For the past 22 years, I have been developing companies, and I must say that Naton HR was one of my main projects from 2011 on. So me and my partners developed Naton from Slovenian HR company with approximately 300 employees to a multinational company present in 5 countries with now with over 1,500 employees. That was actually my main occupation for the past few years.
How did you expand your business to other countries?
Mostly hard work, a lot of traveling, our HR expertise, special skills, visiting factories from Ljubljana, Zagreb, Belgrade, Sofia and beyond practically every month. So yes, hard work.
And what was the reasoning behind the acquisition of Naton HR from Work Service?
As we expanded through Southeast Europe, gathering all the new customers and clients, factories, the HR giant Work Service was at the same time looking for a strategic partner, and we were noticed, and that's how the partnership emerged.
And now the fourth pillar. How did you come up with the idea for the fourth pillar?
Due to many challenges in cross-border payments and specific demands for HR solutions from the market, that's how the fourth pillar idea basically come to life.
What is your project about, and what does your platform do?
Firstly, we solve cross-border multiple payments, which are a huge pain if dealing outside of European Union. We solve sensitive document distribution from organization to individual, which is also a huge pain because a lot of work-related documentation must be hand-delivered from organization to individual. And we offer first recruitment based on verified data.
What would you say are 3 things that make your ICO special compared to countless other ICOs out there today?
First, I think we have a clear business model. We have a working beta, and we are coming from real industry, so we know what the pains on the market are.
The name Fourth Pillar, what is the significance behind that name? Are there 4 pillars?
So why not use cryptocurrencies as individuals' own fourth pillar? We know that we have a lot of pillars of insurance and similar, but why not use crypto? Because crypto has specific specific properties, for example, no inflation, extreme security, no intermediaries. So this is one of the main ideas, and of course 4 main co-founders and 4 main product solutions like cross-border payments, document distribution, professional identity, and recruitment based on verified data.
And you can actually say those are 4 pillars.
Yes.
Are there any other ICOs or blockchain projects that are disrupting the market you are in now? And how do you differ from them?
There are a number of great ICOs currently in the offering HR industry solutions, but mostly offering solutions based on smart contracts. We are the only project that offers the complete ecosystem of financial and HR solutions.
What would you say is your ICO strategy in the current bearish crypto market?
Currently, we are in the early contribution phase. We have a lot more to do. We are fine-tuning the beta. We are building our huge community. We have more than 30,000 active followers on different channels. So we'll announce the pre-sale when the time is right.
How many tokens are offered to the public?
We offer 152 million tokens for public sale. The complete number of issued tokens is 400 million tokens. Basically, these are the basic numbers.
What is the purpose of the so-called vault?
Vault is an address that holds a certain amount of 4 tokens that will be used for direct token sales to organizations to bring together crypto and fiat world, to help organizations, of course at market price. That is how we merge the 2 worlds together, and because we cannot expect from organizations to open a number of accounts on exchanges and to bother with all the crypto technological stuff. So this is what the vault is about.
Is this vault, could it be a bank?
We cannot have a bank because we are not licensed for a bank, but the vault is actually an Ether address from which we sell 4 tokens directly to organizations.
And can the vault become empty?
Actually no, because we are using 4 token also as gas money in the 4th pillar ecosystem. So this gas money goes to the vault, and in certain cases we will buy 4 tokens also from the market.
You mentioned your token. The 4 token is your native token. Is your 4 token a security or utility token?
No, 4 token is 100% utility token. It provides access to professional digital identity, verification, related services, and serves as main value, gas money for the 4th pillar ecosystem.
And now more to blockchain questions. Do you really need blockchain for your project and your platform?
Without blockchain, there is no 4th pillar project.
Why?
Because we are 100% based on blockchain and on crypto. As explained before, 4 token is used as gas money. This is also one of our main revenues, and we cannot imagine the project without the blockchain technology. If, for example, we look at the document distribution, we used blockchain technology, we used IPFS, hypermedia protocol, we used wallets. So we used all of these technical components, put them together, and make a great service for organizations and individuals.
Your beta was just released. Can you describe it?
Our beta is the first foundation of the platform. It can process multiple payments, so organizations can import X number of employees and make 4 token transactions with a click of a mouse. The individuals can open their wallets, exchange tokens between themselves, and we are already developing our fourth pillar add-on and a mobile app that will know, similar to MetaMask, that will know how to execute distribution of sensitive work-related documentation.
Speaking of the app, etc., how do you tackle security problems?
Actually, that's why blockchain. Blockchain is very secure in its own manner. This is one of its main properties. But of course, every individual is responsible for his or her private key.
And now, questions more about you. What makes you positive that you accomplish what you set yourself to do in this project?
We are hitting the market in September this year. We have already made deals with early adopters that are waiting for our finished development. So we are very confident.
And where do you see the fourth pillar in 5 years?
According to our strategic plan, that's also detailed in the white paper, in 5 years we'll already serve the European market and hopefully already check the global one.
In 10 years?
Let's hope global market.
Great. And finally, try to describe fourth pillar in one sentence.
So the fourth pillar project is a blockchain-based ecosystem with finance and HR solutions.
My name is Wojtek Mora, and I'm Polish. And I spent more than 25 years over different industries, starting with FMCG, fast-moving consumer goods, and then automotive, oil and gas. And for the last 5 years, I have been involved in the development of the HR services in Central Eastern Europe. Currently, I'm the general manager of the company called ProHuman. ProHuman is the biggest HR company in Southeastern Europe. Origin of ProHuman is Hungary. A couple of years ago, majority share of ProHuman was acquired by a Polish company called WorkService. WorkService is actually the biggest HR company in Central Eastern Europe. It is a company listed on the Warsaw Stock Exchange. And based on this acquisition, WorkService not only got the biggest share in the Hungarian market, but we also got the platform of developing our services to other parts of Southeastern Europe. And through that, we acquired majority stake in the companies in Slovenia, in Croatia, Serbia, Bulgaria, and Romania. So I'm currently responsible for managing and developing this business in Southeastern Europe. Within WorkService Group, on average, we provide employment for 50,000 people every day. And on the annual basis, we employ 300,000 people. We cooperate with about 3,000 customers. So there's 50,000 people. What we employ, they work in 3,000 different locations across 7 different countries. So in Hungary, the business I'm currently responsible for, I'm in 2018 first quarter, we have 12,000 people employed on average, plus around 1,500 in Slovenia and another 2,000 in Romania. The original founders of our Slovenian entity the company called Naton. The founders of the company, they sold the majority share of Naton back in 2015, and they still remain in the company as the minority shareholders. And after divesting, after selling us the majority stake, they actually looked how to capitalize on their 20 years experience in HR business and their entrepreneurial spirit. And actually, they started this venture almost a year ago, and they offered me to be a consultant and advisor. So I was extremely energized. I've been knowing Dusan, Roman, and Tali for 4 years, and I know that whatever they start usually turns into gold. So I'm quite sure they will succeed another time as well. The labor legislation requires from companies to document and store and actually store for many years. Usually in Europe, it is keeping the archives at least for 5 years of all personalized documentation of every employee. So you can imagine that, especially in our industry where we provide flexibility, and our company provides flexibility for the employers. So sometimes we employ someone just for 1 week or maybe two weeks, and such a person who enters into the work contract for 2 weeks, the documentation of that person has to be kept and stored for 5 years and they are personalized. They cannot be they individual. So this is not like something you cannot lose it. Yeah, you're obliged by law to keep it and be able to demonstrate it for the employee and for the potential control from the authorities. So with blockchain and in general with digital technology, we're able to save tens of thousands of tons of papers and the thousands of working hours of people who deal with those papers. And you know, the blockchain technology is obviously something which makes this process opens new doors, yeah, because the blockchain itself guarantees the uniqueness of every single record, right? So it cannot be falsified. It cannot be copied. So this is a absolutely unique opportunity, and we try to capitalize that. I changed jobs a couple of times in my career, and to be honest, the informations I provided have never been verified, right? So if I say that I graduated from the University of Budapest, I don't remember anybody checked that. Yeah, if I say my current salary is 10,000 euro, nobody verified that. It is basically, you know, some of those informations are very sensitive, cannot be verified unless I agree, but some of those informations are public, can be verified if somebody really wants it. So this idea of fourth pillar that basically creates the opportunity that an individual willing to disclose informations can disclose those information in front of the potential employer very easily, and the authenticity of this documentation is unquestionable if this is registered through the blockchain technology. The word which comes to my mind is revolution, right? It is something like, you know, for 16 years I have been working in automotive industry. So that's probably the example which comes to my mind, and this is the most simple to illustrate the revolution I mean, yeah? But in the 19th century, people invented the combustion engine. I think that's time people have not imagined that we will have 2 cars per family and people would move by cars to the work, and the entire transportation will be basically based on the cars and trucks. And that started with the combustion engine. So I think today we cannot imagine the HR world without papers. But I'm quite sure that not in 100 years, but in 10 or 15 years, it can work without papers. And that's the revolution we are facing, I think.
With us also today we have Igor Zorko, the Vice President of Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Slovenia and the Chairman of the Slovenian Digital Coalition. Welcome, Igor. Igor, you are Director of your own company, ZZI. What does your company do?
ZZI is a software developer company. So we are developing solutions and applications for the business community in Slovenia, mostly on the field of cloud solution for electronic data interchange, so exchange of documents between companies and governments, cross-border, regional, here in Slovenia in our region. And the second part of the company, we developed the information system for tax and customs administrations. So we take care of how the duties are collected and how much and in what way the duties are collected from different stakeholders in the country. So we are mostly involved in the electronic business, and we are very into the new regulations, electronic services offered in Slovenia and the region.
Mm-hmm. As a member of the Slovenian Digital Coalition, you're most likely a supporter of the paperless business environment?
Digital Coalition is supporting all kind of digitalization in Slovenia. So it's very important part is digital society. So how the people should be digitalized, how all the environment, have all the infrastructure and all the services that the people can be involved in all the processes in Slovenia. The most important part is competencies. So the competencies are important because it's the only way that the people can understand what is digitalization, what kind of services are secure, on what way the services could be used. But the second part, so this is one part is digital society. The second part is digital business. So how the companies and the country should cooperate in the digital environment, how they could offer their services and their solutions to the market, and what kind of services that the market expect from the companies. It's very important that the most of the classical companies are becoming digital companies, and they're starting to provide digital services. So banks, for example, are not anymore just banks, they're digital services providers. Mm-hmm. Also petrol, like energy companies in Slovenia, or the ICT companies are becoming the trade companies. Mm-hmm. So the digital environment is changing the companies, and we are trying to build awareness of this change, and also to build the environment in Slovenia that the companies can be, that for the companies it would be easier to do business here and also in Europe.
What are your thoughts on digitalization?
Digitalization is a very interesting process because it's not coming from the companies to outside or from the person to the environment, but from the environment to the person. The biggest added value for the user is to use the applications that he needs. So he can choose, he can be the author of his digitalized ecosystem. And it's very important that we have a lot of different kind of possibilities to do that. And the digitalization is changing also all the processes between the companies and the process between the companies and between the persons who work in the companies. So I think it's a great opportunity to deal with change, but to change in a better way, not to go backward, but to get forward.
So blockchain. Do you see that blockchain technology and its possibilities could and should be considered and eventually adopted?
The blockchain technology is very interesting technology, and also is changing the business models and also the models of living in our environment. I think that the impact of cryptocurrencies on the people, how to understand the money, how to understand the value, and also how to provide to the person enough security, individuality. It's very important, and the people loved it. So I think it's very important that it was accepted very soon. The people do understand that they want to be anonymous and they want to be responsible for their own actions. So the blockchain, I think, would be very spread in near future, but not just in cryptocurrencies and ICO projects, but also in the government services, also in public government services, and also all different kind of usage in banks, insurance companies, energy companies, IoT. So I think it has a great future.
In short, what is your connection to the fourth pillar?
The fourth pillar is, for me, it's a great project. I am involved in, me and my company are involved in fourth pillar because we believe that the secure exchange of documents and secure and verified people identity and business identity, it's also very important, and it's for us it's like added value to our services. So we would like to integrate and to cooperate with four pillar and to add some kind of our knowledge and our services to the offering of four pillar, and we think that also we can use the four pillar services in very wide way. ZZI have about 11,000 companies who are using our services, and about 40,000 users who are using our services, and we need this kind of added value to this our ecosystem of customers.
So you also briefly mentioned some of the solutions that fourth pillar puts forth: document distribution, cross-border payments, and building a verified professional identity. Which one of these would be your number one choice, and why?
I think, because I know the field maybe more, I think the document exchange distribution is very important, because now we have a great problem how to identify the person who we are sending the document, and how to provide the enough autonomy of the person, how to deal with the data, how to deal with the documents. Because of the technology is not providing the right solutions for that. And the blockchain and the solution of fourth pillar, it's adding these kind of functions. So we won't have anymore the problem of how to verify the path of the documents, how to verify who is the user of or who is the receiver of the document. So we think the document distribution through blockchain and fourth pillar functions is very, very interesting part. Also, the AI identity is very important, and the Slovenia and the Europe has a lot of problems, or not problems, challenges with electronic identities, and also with the verification of data about the person, about who owns this electronic identity. And this combination of electronic exchange of documents or distribution of documents, e-identities and business identities, it's very important for most of our customers, and we see that this is a great opportunity. So these two parts, I think that's very important. Cross-border payments also, but it's not a problem just of cross-border payments, because new directive for EU, it's also dealing with this cross-border payment internally in the European European Union. It's also a problem of different currencies. It's a problem of how fast these transactions are going. So, and it's a problem of how to get this transaction to the person who needs the money, the end user. So I think opening this kind of environment, an ecosystem, it's very important for everybody, because at the end, everybody have to get the money for the services that he did for the company.
As the Vice President of the Slovenian Chamber of Commerce, Do you believe that the fourth pillar platform could be used on a national level?
I think that competencies overall are the most important part that digital transformation needs. So we have to know which kind of digital competencies do the people have, and we have to know what kind of competencies companies need. So this kind of match of competencies, which are changing every day, are very, very important. So I think the fourth pillar functionality of creating competencies for the person and then distributing it to the companies and vice versa, and do it on the secure and reliable manner. I think one of the goals also for the public administration and also for the big companies in Slovenia. And I think nationally we need this kind of ecosystem. And one thing is also very important in Slovenia. We are not like people who are working all our lives the same things. Sure. So we have to develop. We have to show to the companies that we have the competencies that we don't use in the companies that we work now, but we can use it in the future workplaces. So I think it's also very important. So I think the four pillars have very similar goals than the Slovenian public administration and the Slovenian environment or national stakeholders. So I think it would be a great match for both.
Is Slovenia and essentially Europe ready for solutions offered by the fourth pillar?
I think that Slovenia and very similar states like Slovenia, so the countries that have to adapt to EU, have to adapt to the new business environment coming from the east to the west and this kind of stuff, we adapted digitalization very soon. And the people realized that digitalization is one of the key competencies they need for the future life and to be successful. So they adapted this kind of solutions in the past, not just now, but also 5-10 years ago. So these kind of countries, small countries with a lot of flexibility, and the people who live here would like to have this kind of solutions, and I think they would understand how to use it in the best way. So I think the countries like Slovenia, Estonia, or Netherlands, or Scandinavian countries would understand and would use it very quickly. And then with other people in more regulated environments, big countries, would see how it's used, would be adapted also very quickly. I think the biggest problem or the biggest challenge is how to promote, how to make the people understand why this is good, and also the companies, because we are building some kind of relationship between the companies and workspace and between the people, and this kind of relationship could marketing these kind of solutions very quickly. In Slovenia first, then in Europe. I think the world is the next step, because Europe is one of the the most advanced in regulating digital services and protecting the people. And if we create this kind of solution for Europe, it would be very interesting also for other regions and other countries all over the world.
And in your opinion, in what time frame could this technology be reaching critical mass and be accepted worldwide?
Depends what is critical mass.
Sure.
But I think that if we correlate this kind of solution with LinkedIn or some kind of this kind of solutions, we see that the people have to understand this is one of the possibilities how to do it better. And if it can explode in a minute or in a month or in a year, I think we need a few months or a few more months to adapt it to the business needs and to the user needs, and to make the people understand how can it be used. But next step, I think it's not a month or a year, but in minutes or days, it can be spread like a fire. So I think it's not a problem of how much time do we need to go over the world. It's how much time do we need for the Europe, and the next step, I think it will be done in days or minutes.
Welcome, Mr. Rop, to Hodl TV. You have quite an extensive public service resume in Slovenia. Can you please briefly talk about your business history?
Basically, main area where I was involved in business was during the time I was in European Investment Bank in Luxembourg. I was vice president of the bank, responsible for new EU members at the first stage. Later on, I was also responsible for Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus, and also for Balkan countries. So I had really huge responsibilities and was directly involved in very concrete projects in the region, in the area. So basically, I was responsible for about 20 billion euros per year loans. So that was an incredible challenge, so really something challenging, and I was really enjoying to do that. So excellent.
What are your thoughts on blockchain?
I really believe that the blockchain technology is technology of the future, is technology which provides security and transparency. So technology which doesn't allow tampering or meddling with data, and it's part of future of the economy worldwide. It's real digitalization of our life. So I'm really believer concerning the blockchain technology. There are a few very obvious advantages of blockchain technology. I would stress immediately. So the first one is supply chain management. So the blockchain technology really allows us to do that management. So to check everything from the beginning to the end and to do assessment all the time of the process, which is crucial for efficient management. What is also crucial is accountability. So everything is transparent, should be very safe. So there is accountability, possibility for assessment and to scrutinize whatever happened in the past, which is very important for the business in different kinds of area. What one should not forget is also area of smart contracts. That's the new area which is very important for future and for digitalization as process per se. So to introduce smart contracts in the business can be crucial, can decrease costs, can increase efficiency of the contract, can protect users very efficiently. So that's another area which is very important. And then the last one, according to me, not the last, but very important area also is global market and possibility for trade and play a role on the global market. So wherever you are, wherever you sit, whatever you do, if you do right things and you have proper knowledge, you can do business and you can do efficient business.
Sure. So in terms of the fourth pillar, which solution strikes you as most useful?
This is quite amazing. Basically, I was in the past also Minister of Labor, so I was dealing with the labor market and all kinds of problems with labor market, how to make labor market efficient, how to do different kind of process. So how to connect demand and supply for labor force in different kind of areas. And fourth pillar is basically excellent matching of, on one side, human resources process, and on the other side, blockchain technology. So everything can be in the data on blockchain. Everything is is very transparent, so every employer and every employee can find his or her or its own role in the process. So this matching is incredibly important, which allow us to find at the end equilibrium on much higher level. And fourth pillar is the project which can do that and will do that in the future. And I really strongly believe that employers in the region and the wider will find their own aims in that project and can use this tool for much higher efficiency in this area.
So in the end, what would you say to your business partners about the fourth pillar?
I would say that they should check, what the fourth pillar has, what the substance of fourth pillar is, what kind of possibilities this tool can offer. There are many employers, small and medium-sized companies, large companies in Slovenia and wider in the region. They are dealing with human resources problems and challenges on daily base. And this technology just offers something new, some additional step, higher efficiency and better solutions.
Are you investing or trading in cryptocurrencies? Don't have any tokens? Subscribe to our YouTube channel, HODLtv.com, and participate in our prize contest. Like our link below and answer a short question from our video. You can follow us on HODLtv.com, Steemit, YouTube, and Facebook. HODL TV will airdrop 10 prizes worth $100 each in tokens from the company presented in our video. 10 additional prizes worth $100 each will be given to our subscribers that will fill out a short survey on HODLtv.com. Winners will be randomly selected 7 days after a new video is posted. If you would like us to present your project, contact us at info@HODLtv.com. Today's contest question is, what is the name of our guest that was the Prime Minister of Slovenia? I'm Nina Cerar, this is HODL TV, and remember, you are in control over your investment decisions.